Buoyancy. Toby, at 5 years old, was a whirlwind of energy. His best friend, Sam, was 9, built solid and strong. The two were inseparable, and their greatest adventure was always exploring the wild, winding fields behind their houses. Their secret place was a little pond at the very edge of the woods, a shimmering silver disk hidden by tall reeds. One scorching afternoon, they were playing a frantic game of tag. Sam was chasing Toby, a mischievous grin on his face, when he tripped on a gnarled tree root. His arms pinned loose, and with a terrified shriek, he tumbled backward into the murky water. Splash! Make a noise of dropping the boy in the water. The water churned with Sam's frantic movements, and a wave of cold fear washed over Toby. Neither of them knew how to swim. Sam's head bobbed above the surface, his eyes wide and panicked. He said, "Toby, help!" he spluttered, struggling against the deep water at the bottom of the pond. A knot of panic tightened in Toby's chest. He scrambled to the edge of the pond, the muddy bank slick under his feet. "I don't know what to do," he yelled, his voice barely a whisper against the sudden roar of fear in his ears. Sam's desperate struggles in the water were weakening. His eyes darted around, searching for anything at all. That's when he saw it, a thick, coiled rope lying near a pile of old branches. Discarded and forgotten, it was their only chance. Toby lunged for the rope, his fingers clumsy with urgency as he fumbled with the rough fibers. He gripped it with all his might, and with a wild heave, flung it towards Sam and said, "Grab it! Quick!" Toby screamed, the words tearing from his throat. Sam reached out a trembling hand, his fingers just grazing the rope before the murky water pulled him down again. Toby's heart leapt into his throat, but he didn't hesitate. He yanked the rope back and, gathering every ounce of his strength, threw it a second time. This time, Sam's hand closed around it, his knuckles white with his desperate grip. "I got it!" Sam gasped, sputtering water. Toby dug his bare feet into the mud, leaning back with all his might. The rope stretched taut between them. Toby, small and wiry, strained against Sam's weight. It was a fierce battle against the water and the mud, every muscle in Toby's body screaming with effort. Inch by painstaking inch, he pulled Sam closer to the bank. With a final desperate tug, Toby hauled Sam out of the water and onto the relative safety of the grassy bank. They lay there side by side, gasping for breath, covered in pond muck but alive. Sam, still shaking, turned to Toby, and his voice was filled with a mixture of relief and awe. "You saved me," he whispered, a wet, muddy hug following immediately. "You didn't give up." Toby, his own heart was still hammering, just grinned, the exhaustion melting away in the face of their shared triumph. They had faced a real danger, and together they had overcome it. Finally, when they went home, Toby started thinking how he was able to pull Sam, who was much bigger and heavier than Toby. Moreover, he remembered that when he started to tug Sam, he was surprised. The pull wasn't as hard as Toby thought it would be. It was much lighter than he expected. How was it possible? He couldn't stop thinking, and he asked that question to his dad. His dad said, "Son, you were able to pull Sam from the water because the water was also pushing Sam, making him feel lighter." This special push that Sam got from the water is called buoyancy. Buoyancy is the upward force a fluid imposes on an immersed object, causing the object to float or sink. Buoyancy is the reason a big rubber duck floats in water, and people feel lighter when they are in a swimming pool. The water is helping you to pull your friend out of water to safety. So son, always respect the nature. It's magical, and it has its own way to save the environment.